Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor and today we're doing TBR prompts pick my February TBR. But before I open the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love all things books. We are moving into the second month of 2026. Can we believe it? I mean, I am filming this a week before February 1st, so I still have a little bit of January left and 2 more books left on my TBR from last month to go through. I have been in a bit of like a no reading phase for the last week or so, but I've also been pretty busy at work because I decided this week, since The Office hadn't really been gone through for years at this point, that me and my workers were going to go through everything in The Office. And let's just say I've got piles upon piles of papers and files to go through, and look at me rhyming there. But if you are new to this channel, for our TBR prompts, I have them all put together here in my little Taylor Swift cup. There may be some repeat prompts in there just because I kind of mixed the new ones in with the old ones, although I did go through them a little bit this last time, so we will see. And we pick 6 prompts each month, 2 for my Kindle, 4 for my physical TBR, because we are trying to make it through both. And I won't update you on some of the plans that I have been making for the next year or 2 of my life, but we are definitely going to be needing to make it through my physical TBR to accomplish these plans. So yeah, we're going to be trying to hustle and read some more, but you know, the month of February, she is Valentine's Day month and she's Black History Month, so we're going to keep that in mind when we go into picking out the prompts. So I guess without further ado, let's draw our 6 prompts. All right. Prompt number, 2 fell out, so I guess that'll be them. Number 1 is a book talk hyped book. I mean, I've got a few on my shelves, but I feel like this is going to be a Kindle Unlimited read. It really just depends on how long of a book I want to pick for the month of February, given that it's a short month. And then this prompt fell out with that one, so, this works. Our second prompt is a pink book. I mean, actually, let me think. Do I have many pink books left? I think the only pink book I have is one pink, 2 maybe. We'll have to look at that. Okay. All right. Our third prompt. Okay. Our third prompt is same genre as the last movie you watched. So here's one of those fun little ones that I have in here. What was the last movie I watched? I think it was People We Meet on Vacation, or it was Frozen. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to go check my letterbox for this one. So it's basically either, if it's People We Meet on Vacation, so it's obviously going to be some sort of rom-com situation, or if it's Frozen, it's going to be some sort of YA, like, fantasy situation. I don't know. I have to double check that one. But that'll be interesting to find out. We'll have to look at the letterbox there. Our fourth prompt is a cartoon cover. Well, that should be relatively easy. I feel like we're leaning into the romance for the month of February. All right. Our fifth prompt is has a TV adaptation. Ooh, okay. I need to actually look and see. There might be only one book on my shelves that has a TV adaptation that I know of for sure. And that'll be the start of a series, so we'll see. And then our final prompt for the month of February is a dystopian sci-fi. Well, it said we're reading series this month. Okay. I'm going to take a step back, look at my shelves, and we'll go through those, as well as look at my letterbox so we know for sure what we're doing for the same genre as your last movie watched. So this is what the physical TBR shelves are looking like right now. So I've got a couple options for book talk typed. I know for a fact that these 2 I bought because of book talk, and well, even in Ember and Ashes, To Kill a Kingdom, OG book talk, Caraval, OG, Heavenly Bodies, she is definitely high on the priority. Let me see. Obviously, the Poppy War, We Hunt the Flame, Shatter Me, Dance of Thieves, and Fairytale, and Servant of Earth, Second Death of Locke. Oh, we have so many good options for the month. Ooh, I think just because I can also read this on Kindle Unlimited, I'm going to choose Son of the Morning by Ekweke Imeze for our book talk hyped situation. For our dystopian sci-fi, we are trying to finish series this year, so we are going to go with Restore Me from the Shatter Me series. I think this is book number 4. They are kind of mixed up on my shelves. If it's not, then I will have the correct order picked out by the time I go through my final selections. But the next book in the Shatter Me series is our dystopian sci-fi pick for this month. For our book to TV adaptation, and I just realized how dusty these shelves are, so they will get a dusting after I finish this. The only one I have physically on my shelves that I know is a book to TV adaptation is Shadow and Bone. I would pick up a reread of Heartstopper, but I am waiting until I have an official release date for Heartstopper Volume 6 for me to reread all of them all at once. So for our book to TV adaptation, we are choosing Shadow and Bone. We're starting another series. I've picked a couple options for our cartoon cover. First off, we have the Last Boyfriend's Rules for Revenge, The Severed Thread, How It Went Down, and To Have and To Heist. I feel like all of these are books that I have been putting off or have been wanting to read for a while, and for some reason or another, I haven't picked it. I think the one that's calling me the most is the Last Boyfriend's Rules for Revenge, just because it was on my 10 before the end for last year, and I in fact want to get to it as soon as possible, mainly just because I think it'd be good for Valentine's Day, but I also think I try to make it through as many new queer reads as possible before Pride, so when I do my new top 10 or like new 10 queer reads for a Pride list, I have more to add on to it. So for the cartoon cover, we're going to choose The Last Boyfriend Rules for Revenge. So we have 2 prompts left for us to pick from on Kindle. The first one up being a pink book. Now, I don't have a Kindle Colorsoft, so I don't know necessarily all the colors of these books, but I know for sure, at least I'm like 99% sure that the Direbound cover is pink. So yeah, I could have picked that for Book Talk Hype, but I realized there was actually a lot more in my physical TBR that I wanted to pick for that. But Direbound is a book that I want to read this month. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I know the sequel's coming out this year, and while I'm not a huge fan of like vampire stories, we know my trials and errors with all of the vampire romances that I get recommended, I do tend to like a good wolf story, so I'm excited for this one. So the last one to pick from is same genre as the last movie you watched. And I double checked, the last movie I officially finished and logged into Letterboxd was People We Meet on Vacation. Obviously that's a book to TV adaptation, so we could put another book on here that's a book to TV adaptation. I can pick a rom-com, or I can pick Friends to Lovers, or I could pick something that has summery vibes. So there's a lot of options on here for romance books. Okay. Let's see what screams out to me on here. Well, so definitely not a dark romance. So it looks like our options for romance are Yours in Amsterdam, Sips About to Go Down, Lasso and Lovebirds, Fake Game, Elevator Pitch, Work For It, and Heated Rivalry. I want to read Heated Rivalry, however, I don't know. That's more of like a situationship, rivals to lovers. I don't think it quite fits the vibes of what we meet on vacation is. Work For It is, I believe, a workplace romance. I don't think she works. Elevator Pitch, sounds good. I've seen it recommended a lot. I don't know if it's Friends to Lovers or not, but I feel like that chance meeting situation I feel like it kind of might fit the vibe, what we're going for. Yours in Amsterdam does sound good because it's about a woman who's not dissatisfied with where her life is right now, so she moves abroad and she meets someone abroad, and obviously the travel aspect of people being on vacation. Sips About to Go Down, I'm not 100% sure what she's about. I think it looks a little bit Rivals to Lovers-y based on the cover. And then Lasso and Lovebirds is like a poly situation. Don't know if that quite works here. I think the one that best fits our needs would either be it's either Yours in Amsterdam or Elevator Pitch. I want to read both. But, okay, I know this. September is a short month, so I am going to pick Yours in Amsterdam because I believe it's under 300 pages, where I know Elevator Pitch, I'm pretty sure, is close to the 400-page mark. So for the same genre as the last movie you watched, Yours in Amsterdam. So let's go over all the books we picked for the month of February. So for the 6 books that we picked for the month of February, for our book to TV adaptation pick, oh, now I'm just thinking I could have picked Heated Rivalry for this. Girly, if you had been thinking things through, you could have been reading. Hey, I understand. But for the one that we actually picked, we picked Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I don't know too much about this other than it's the first book in the Grishaverse series. And I know it's been hyped up a lot. So, all it says on the back is Soldier, Summoner, Saint. As the threat to Ravka mounts and Alina unlocks the secrets of her past, she will make a dangerous discovery that could threaten all she loves and the future of a nation. Okay, well, short and sweet. That's all we get. Yeah. So, I know I want to eventually make it to the Six of Crows duology because everyone hypes that one up, but I do want to read in order. So, Shadow and Bone is the first book we picked. Then for our dystopian sci-fi, we picked Restore Me by Taylor Madebooks. This is the fourth book in the Shadow and Bone series. This is the fourth book in the Shatter Me series. I'm like 99% sure this is the fourth book. Let me double check. Yes, this is the fourth book. I double check. I won't be talking too much about this other than it's the second arc of the Shatter Me series, the dystopian sci-fi, following Juliet, who has been cursed or gifted with the touch of death. And she is escaping being the, weapon of the reestablishment, the dystopian government of her new world. And of course, there's a little romance that ensues in here. So I can't wait to see where we pick up after the first arc ended. Then for a cartoon cover, there was lots to choose from. But The Last Boyfriend's Rules for Revenge, I keep saying Guide to Revenge, I don't know why, has been calling my name for a while now. She was on my 10 before the end of last year, and I just didn't get to it. This book is, according to the description, Ezra Hayes has always felt like a background character compared to BFFs Lucas and Finley. He would do anything to be seen as a romantic lead, even if it means keeping his boyfriend Presley a secret. But when he discovers that Presley is a lying cheater and his best friends are having boy problems of their own, they all want revenge. I'm going to leave it there, because there's more in the description there, but I think she's definitely a deep dive discovery, and she sounds like she'll be a fun, interesting time. Plus, we're all in that queer rivals to lovers mood right now, right? Then, for our book talk hype books, I picked Son of Morning by Ekweke Imeze. I don't really know much about this other than it's their first romantasy. Also, I do have a special edition cover of it. Actually, I haven't looked at the Naked Just jacket. I think it's the same. Yeah, it's just the same as... Oh, wait, no, it's not. Oh, let's take a moment to admire. Okay, here is the dust jacket situation. Then here is the front, and here is the back. Sprayed edges. Let's see what's on the end papers. End papers description. I wonder if the end papers are different here. No, they're not. But I've heard a lot about this author. Especially when people are recommending books for the Trans Rights Readathon. So this may be one that I can pick up and talk about then. But before I put the dust jacket on, let's go. All right. Tender-hearted Galilee was raised by the Kincaids, a formidable clan of black women sequestered deep in the weeping willows and dark rushing creeks of their land. Galilee has always known that she's different, that there is an old and unknowable secret around her very existence. It's been a hollow ache inside her since her childhood, something she assumes she will always have to live with. Okay, until she meets Lucifer Hillel. You gonna name him after the devil, honey? Okay. He's fronting as the head of security for her wealthy friend Oryaku's family, protecting a mysterious ancient artifact, but from the moment she lays eyes on him, Gally knows he's not human. From her first incendiary touch, Lucifer knows something even Gally herself doesn't, that she isn't human either. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. There's like 2 more paragraphs, but I feel like I need to jump in head first blind. Yeah. Loving that I have the special edition cover, because I do in fact believe that I will be taken with that story. Then for our pink book, we chose Direbound by Sable Sorensen. All I know about this is that it pertains to direwolves, army, and so on and so forth. So here, Game of Thrones meets the Hunger Games in this spicy, dark romantasy debut where humans and direwolves forge unbreakable bonds and fight for survival. All right. I'm sold. As you can see, I don't like to go through too much of the description in here. But yeah, Direbound, Sable Sorensen. Let's see if it lives up to the hype that she's been giving us. And then the last book we picked was same genre as the last movie you watched, which the last movie I watched was People We Meet on Vacation. And for that, we chose Years in Amsterdam by Raina Starlet. So she is a rom-com. And let's see the description. What do you do if love comes to you at the wrong time and place? Okay, I see I picked well. When Gemma left New York and landed in Amsterdam, finding love was the last thing on her mind. After all, she'd just lost her job and caught her fiance cheating on her. Now all she wants is to put her life back together and help her friend Sophie plan her wedding. That's until she meets Dane, Sophie's older brother. It doesn't take long for her to realize that she is hopelessly attracted to Dane. I think that's how you say his name anyways. Even if she tries to resist her initial attraction, she can't stay away from him as they are forced to work together to help Sophie with her wedding planning. Their connection is undeniable. All right. Not quite friends to lovers, but best friend's brother is the next best thing in my mind. And those are all the books we chose for the month of February. I cannot wait to dive in to the romantic season. I say it's always fall and winter when you really get into that sort of like a fantasy-esque mood. But the further we move away from January and stuff like that, the romance bug bites me again, and I can definitely see that she's about to dive in head first. So yeah, let me know what your plans are for the month of February. Reading-wise, are we focusing on romance? Are we focusing on other works? And I will see y'all in the next one.